Okay, I think we might have a problem. Because Fox Lady isn't looking like a normal 5-star character anymore. The more information that comes out about her, the more ridiculous her kit is starting to look. We're talking about 2 different forms, 2 resonant modes, completely different attack sequences, multiple enhanced states, deliberation, a potential domain field, and even coordinated attacks. And the craziest part, we haven't seen her full combat showcase yet. Fox Lady has officially been revealed as one of the major characters coming in Wuthering Waves version 3.7, and after going through all that latest information, I genuinely think Kuro might be cooking one of the most complicated characters we've seen so far. So today we're going through everything we currently know about Fox Lady, the lore, element, weapon, role, forms, resonant modes, and all of that. And before we get into it, I also want to do something special for you guys. I'm giving away 3 Lunang subscription on the channel. Entering is super simple. Just subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment down below saying new era. I'll randomly choose 3 winners from the comments, so if you're planning to pull for Fox Lady, definitely get your entry in. Now let's talk about Fox Lady, because there's actually a lot more going on with this character than we originally thought. So Fox Lady official drip marketing finally gave us some proper information about who she actually is. She's a sentinel and a guide of the Mingzhou civilization. She is also known as the Moon Fox, possessing the ability to divide herself into multiple forms and freely take on new forms. Basically, she has what appears to be a shape-shifting ability, which is already pretty interesting when you consider what her gameplay is supposedly gonna look like. And apparently she's also extremely skilled when it comes to constructing a mechanism, with her work being found throughout the region. Her element, she's going to be an electro character, and she has something called Electro Flare in her gameplay description, which I'll explain in just a moment. As of right now, Fox Lady is expected to be an Electro 5-star, her weapon is expected to be a Rectifier, and when it comes to her role, she's currently expected to be primarily a main DPS. However, her kit seems to contain enough additional mechanics that there are a possibility she could also have some kind of support or sub DPS functionality. Honestly, her actual combat mechanics are where things get crazy. According to the latest information, Fox Lady appears to have 2 different resonance modes. The first is Electro Flare, and the second is Harmony. Now, I want to make this very clear, this is still early information, so we don't know exactly how these modes will function in the final version, but based on what's currently available, they appear to represent 2 very different sides of Fox Lady's gameplay. Electro Flare seems to be more focused on direct electro-based combat. There are mentions that this could point toward things like localized electro fields, chain damage, and specialized elemental interaction. And then we have Harmony, and this one sounds more focused on coordination, synchronized effects, and coordinated attacks. So this might not simply be a case of pressing one button and getting a slight different version of an attack. It looks like Fox Lady could potentially be built around switching between completely different gameplay states. And if that's actually how it works, that's pretty crazy, because resonance modes usually don't completely redefine how a character plays, but Fox Lady might be doing exactly that. And this is where things gets even more interesting, because Fox Lady apparently has 2 actual forms. We have her normal form and we have her sentinel form, but apparently both forms have their own enhanced state. But that's not all. Each form is also said to have its own set of attacks, so we're not necessarily talking about a character who just transforms visually and keeps the same attacks. The current information actually mentions different attack stages and sequences for the different forms. For example, one stage appears to have a basic attack chain, a heavy attack, and core heavy attack skills 1 and 2. Then another stage introduces an entirely different sequence, including another basic attack chain, enhanced basic attack 1 through 4, and enhanced heavy attack. So think about what that means. We're potentially looking at a character where changing forms changes the actual way you play her. That's a lot more than just a transformation animation. And then we have 2 liberations. Fox Lady apparently has 2 different liberations as well. Now, we don't know exactly how they're gonna work yet, but one possibility is that these could be tied directly to her 2 forms. And interestingly enough, this is where comparisons to Cartethia have started popping up. Some of the gameplay description sources also reference Cartethia, so it's possible that Fox Lady could have a somewhat similar concept when it comes to managing different forms or states. Obviously, we shouldn't assume they're gonna function exactly the same way, but if Fox Lady really do have 2 forms and 2 liberation, then her rotation could be incredibly unique, and we haven't even gotten to the domain field yet. There's also information mentioning something called a domain field alongside coordinated attacks. Unfortunately, we don't have the full explanation for exactly what the domain field does yet, but one possibility is that it could be connected to the electro side of her kit, potentially working together with Electro Flare, create some kind of electro field or shock zone. But at the moment, that's still speculation. What we do know is that the kit description is repeatedly pointing towards these mechanics, and when you put everything together, that's basically an entire character's worth of mechanics packed into one character. Now, obviously, we don't have enough information to confidently say what's Fox Lady's best team will be, but we already started looking at some possibilities. For the Electro Flare side of her kit, a full Electro team could potentially make a lot of sense, and one character that immediately stands out is Electro Rover. If Fox Lady's kit has some kind of specific interaction with Electro characters, Electro Rover could potentially find a very interesting role alongside her. That would also give players who have already invested heavily into Electro Rover another reason to use them. But there's another character that I'm personally more interested in is Suoming. Now, this is obviously still speculation, but there has been discussion that Suoming could potentially have some kind of synergy with Fox Lady. If Suoming kits end up being designed to support Fox Lady in some way, then she could be a very interesting character for Fox Lady's teams. And that's exactly why Suoming's upcoming marketing is so important, is because if she gets officially revealed very soon, we'll finally have a much clearer idea of what Kuro is actually planning with these characters, especially if they're going to be released within the same patch. Because if they are, there's a pretty good chance their kits could have some kind of synergy, and of course we need to wait for the actual information before jumping to conclusion. So looking at everything we know right now, I think it's pretty clear that Kuro is treating Fox Lady as a major character. Not only is she a playable Sentinel, but her lore, her design, and now her gameplay information are all pointing towards her being one of the major characters connected to the Mingzhou storyline. And honestly, the gameplay is what has me most interested because we haven't seen the full combat showcase yet. All of this information is coming from early descriptions and leaks surrounding her kit, so imagine how much more we'll learn once Kuro actually shows us what Fox Lady looks like in combat. And that's why I'm really curious to see what you guys think. Are you planning to pull for Fox Lady in version 3.7? And more importantly, which part of her kit are you most excited about? Let me know down below, and don't forget, I'm also giving away 3 Lunite subscriptions, so make sure you're subscribed, leave a comment, and like the video for your chance to win. And with version 3.7 getting closer, there's definitely going to be a lot more information coming, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.